Good afternoon on this solstice eve from Crow Wood. I've just popped down here actually to do some other videoing, but I thought as it's so lovely this afternoon, and it's not going to stay like this, I believe. It's just so sunny and beautiful. Well, it won't stay like this today anyway, because it's about 2 o'clock I think, and suddenly in half an hour or so the light will really start to go, which is as it should be, of course, in the middle of this time, midwinter. Anyway, because it's just so lovely down here, I thought I would just show you how things have changed even since we last came down to Crow Wood, because as I walked through I could hardly really even recognise where I was because of all the leaf fall. Not this part here so much, but the earlier part of the wood. It's just like almost as if when you have snowfall and you don't recognise places. It was rather like that. Everywhere looked just different. The paths were covered in leaves, and across from the paths you could hardly see where the paths were because of all the fallen leaves, mostly oak leaves, and as well the bracken has fallen a lot more. So you've got these kind of lovely glades opening up, and you can see all the light in there as well. So I thought we'd just have a little tiny walk just down by the water here, where we have been before, so you'll be able to see the difference. And the light is just, as you can see, it's just amazing right now. So I'm just going to find my way back to the path because I've wandered off it, and then we'll be able to see if there's any water in the little stream, which I think there probably is. We've had a fair amount of rain, although you can probably hear my feet crunching because it is quite dry at the same time. It's a bit of a mixture. We've had some very nice sunshine some days. Anyway, you can see today is one of those days, and the birch trunks are really gleaming, and the holly as well. There's quite a lot of holly in this wood, and that is something that you really notice when the sun's shining. Now, we're looking into the light here, so it's probably all rather silhouetted, but you can see there is water, and that gives you some lovely reflections. And also the low light, you can see how the birch trunks really, it shows all their character, all their creases and folds and markings. There, as you can see, wow, look how that's highlighted. That's that great big tree root where a huge tree toppled a long time ago, I think, and a smaller one there. There's quite a lot of water under the trees there, but even though it's winter, the honeysuckle is very quick to start greening up again, and you can see it always does. You can see there the honeysuckle, the leaves coming back, and the twists of honeysuckle are really noticeable on the trees for that reason, because you see the twisted ropes, but also you see all the new very green new growth. I mean, look across here. I don't know whether you can see actually, because it's quite silhouetted, but there are reeds across where the water goes, and they are really like little bits of silvery bloom on top of each one. I don't know what you'd call that, whether they are the flowers of the reed, I'm not sure, but anyway, the kind of bit that waves in the wind is really showing up a lot today. And then come down here, you can see the water, if the phone will focus on that, having been looking into the sun just now. We'll just continue through the trees, not very much further really. I just thought you might like to see how it is on this day. And you can see the track here that we're going along between the trees, and it does keep changing, the track, as trees topple. The path has to move a little bit, so it's never completely stationary. There's always movement, always new tracks to explore. You can see, I think we went here last time actually, all these fallen trunks. There are actually several trees that have come down. I think because they're multi-stemmed birches, if one trunk goes, sometimes it brings other ones down. So what we'll do, we'll just come as far as the big oak tree, because this is one of my landmarks, and I stop here just to acknowledge it. See the roots going deep into the earth, and I come round and we look out across. Lots of acorns down here under the tree. today. I don't know whether it's seasonal at all, seeing great big crowds of deer together, whether it's something that's more springtime, because that's when it was. I saw them 2 or 3 times. There we are. Well, I think that's probably enough, isn't it, for this particular little excursion. And I hope to see you again back at the old shop, because we'll do an old shop video again next. You can see, just before we finish, you can see how the reeds across the water here have yellowed as well because of the season. But I always love seeing the reeds, because it just reminds me that we are here, where I live here, it's a cut region of waterways, and it's not very far at all from the Broads, which are known for the reeds and the willows, among many other things. So we'll just finish perhaps just with the reflections there in the water. Just heard a jay. I don't know whether you heard the jay. So I'll say goodbye, and I hope to see you again very soon. So happy solstice for tomorrow, everybody.